We're going to phone Hydro Quebec because they're trying to tell me that I have to have a smart meter. So let's get on this. And I'm going to put it on speakerphone, folks, okay, so that you can hear the conversation. The only thing that might be changed will be I will be blanking out my name and my phone number.
For service in English, press 9. Welcome to Hydro Quebec's customer services. For residential services, press 1. For business, please hold. A representative will be with you shortly. This call may be recorded for quality assurance purposes. Secure and gives you access to your bills at...
Hello?
Customer service, Marjane Sarah speaking. May I have your name, please?
My name is Beverly Wolfe.
And do you have your account number with you?
Yes, I do. It is the customer number or the account number?
The account number, please. Thank you very much. Just give me a second. So, what's the other person in the file with you?
Pardon me?
What's the other name on the account? Thank you. And what's your postal code?
Pardon me? My postal code?
Yes. Thank you. So today you're calling for which reason?
I'm calling to ask some questions about the notice we're receiving in the mail about these new generation model meters. I need to know, now I may be recording this call so that I can get some clarification later on if I have some more questions. Okay, I need to know, it says that we can opt out if we don't want to, what are they, smart meters or the next generation model?
Next generation model.
Okay, but they're the same as the smart meters, correct?
That's not the way we call them, but yes.
Okay, so if we don't want a smart meter, what is our option? It says here that we will pay an installation fee plus...
So there is two options. The first option that doesn't cost anything, and that's like the base that Hydro Quebec provides to customer, is to have the communicating meter. So the one that you would call smart meters, that we call new generation meters. And the other option is to have a non-communicating meter. That means that we will still change your meter to put a digital one that will not communicate with us to tell us the reading. And this one involves fees that will be included into your bills. First, the fees for installation, and then after that, fees to go read your meter.
Okay.
Those are the two options that we get to do.
Okay, so the letter says within a few years, all customers will have a next generation meter.
Right.
Okay, so if I'm not getting a next generation or smart meter now, why are they changing my meter?
They will be changing your meter, as I said.
But why? If I'm not getting a smart meter, why can't I keep my analog meter and just have someone, well, someone reads it now, so I'm obviously already paying for that service, so why don't they just leave the analog meter there?
Because we're not keeping any analog meter anywhere. Those meters are getting too old, and then we're changing all those kinds of meters. We cannot, you cannot buy any more of these meters anywhere. So that's why Hydro Quebec has made a request to several companies to find out which one that we would decide to put. And then La Régie de l'Énergie has approved the choice of Hydro Quebec. And then after that, what happened is that some customers said that they would not, they don't want a communicating meter. So the other option was to have a non-communicating one, which is also going to be a new generation meter, but that this one is not going to communicate with us.
Okay,
we will
okay.
need someone to go check the meters. So we will still change all the meters.
Okay, so you're saying that the meter that they would be installing is the same meter as the smart meter?
Yes, but there's not like the chip that communicates
Okay, but wait a second. Why am I paying for the installation if I don't, if it's the same meter everyone else is getting?
It's not going to be the same meter. It's going to be a different one, but it looks the same to the other one, but then it's not going to be the same meter. It will look the same, but...
So when I go, okay, I'm trying to understand, so please, I appreciate your patience. So they're going to replace my analog meter with a digital meter. So what are they going to do? It says here that within a few years, all customers will have the next generation meters. Are they going to be replacing the meter again?
Sorry, I didn't get the last part of it.
You said that
What
all
do you
our
mean by that?
you said that all our meters are being replaced.
Yes.
Okay? And if I choose to have a non-communicating meter,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine. I will pay for the installation. I will pay for the monthly meter readings, which I don't understand because I'm already doing. But what happens within a few years? It says all customers will have a next generation meter. Are they going to take away the digital meter and put in a next generation meter?
No, what I was just telling you is that, so the new generation meter has two kinds. One that communicates and one that does not communicate.
Okay.
So you will still have a new generation meter, but it will not have the one that, if you ask for the non-communicating one, it will not have the chip, like the thing that makes that it can communicate by Wi-Fi with us to give us the reading.
So what you're saying is when it comes time, because we're all going to eventually have next generation communicating meters, when it comes time for that, you're not going to replace the digital meter, you're just going to put a chip in it to make it a communicating meter?
No, okay, I'll start again from the beginning. So Hydro Quebec is changing all the meters. So Hydro Quebec took the decision to change the meter, and La Régie de l'Énergie has approved that. So the new generation meters, then like regular one, the base that Hydro Quebec will be installing everyone, is the one that will communicate. But for the other ones that also that do not want a meter that communicates, they will still have the new generation meter because it will be a digital one that will be reading the consumption the same way, because it's not the way that it reads the consumption that communicates. It's more after the reading is done with the meter, it's after that it gets to communicate. But it will still be a new generation one, but this one won't be able to communicate at all. So if at first you want the non-communicating one, and then after that, for maybe like 2 years after that, you say, okay, I want to stop paying for the fees to read the meter, so can you give me the option to have the communicating one? So in that case, we would go and change your meter again with no additional fees, but then we will have to change the meter again to put the communicating one. So it's really like two different meters that kind of look the same way, but it's actually one communicate and the other one that do not communicate.
So it's not the same meter as the smart meter.
Okay.
It's not, okay.
I'm saying the smart meters because that's not the way that.
Okay, I know that's not the way you want to call it. Okay, so the meter they're putting on my house is a next generation meter.
Yes.
So when it comes time for the option to be removed, that I don't want a communicating meter, they're going to take this meter off and put a new one on.
Well, right now you've got the analog right.
No. Okay.
One.
Let's just say for clarification's sake,
Yeah.
okay, that they have brought the new next generation meter that is non-communicating and they put it on my house.
Okay, like you accept to pay the fees for that.
Yes.
example.
Let's just say, for example, I accept that and pay the fees for that.
Yes.
2 or 3 years down the road, that option of having a non-communicating meter is going to be lifted.
Oh, you mean like that we are not doing this
Yeah, you're not going to do this anymore.
No, but that's not true.
It says within a few years, all customers will have next generation meters.
Yeah, but okay, it's just that we cannot change all the meters this year.
Okay, all right, thank
So
you.
some of them are changing this year, and next year, I mean, because if there's one company that's in charge of changing all the meters all over Quebec. So it's just that they start by installing the meter in
A section of the province at a time. I get it.
Right,
Okay,
exactly.
so you're saying that the non-communicating meter and the communicating meter are not the same meter,
Exactly.
and that I'm never going to have my option to have it read removed.
Exactly.
See, I had this conversation with someone else on Hydro Quebec, and they told me the meter was exactly the same.
Well, it looked the same, but it's not the same one.
So it's going to be a non-communication meter until I say, okay, let's have a communicating meter, and you're not just going to flip a switch or put a chip in it or something. You're going to have to replace the entire meter.
Exactly.
Okay, so why can't I keep my analog meter?
Because there won't be any analog anywhere. So one of the options is to have the communicating one, and the other option is to have the non-communicating one that we will install.
Okay.
So we will be changing your meter.
Okay.
And now, the other question that you had was to know why is there a fee if, I mean, we are going to change your meter in any case. So the reason of that is because the company that's changing the meters, they're only changing the communicating one. And if you ask for a non-communicating one, we have to send someone else to install it. So that's like...
I see.
So it is... Like a contract.
You mean it's got to be a separate installation guy
Exactly.
to change the communicating, to put in a non-communicating meter?
Correct.
Okay. Now, can I have a guarantee if I get a non-communicating meter? Can I have a written guarantee that it's not the same meter?
Well, if you tell me that you accept paying the fees and that you want the non-communicating one, I'm going to send you a letter to confirm that you have asked for the non-communicating one, and I'll tell you what will be the start of the serial number. Because, as I told you, both meters kind of look alike, and the only way to see which one is which is the beginning of the serial number. Because the communicating one starts by the letter J.
Okay.
G9SJ, and the non-communicating one will start by the letter X.
Okay. All right. So, one last question, I think. Can I get a 100% guarantee that these are safe health-wise? Because if they are, even if they are a non-communicating meter, they are still a digital meter. And my office where I do my work during the day, the meter outside is not 5 feet from me, right here next to my window. And it also butts up against my bedroom door, which is a glass patio door where I sleep at night. So I'm going to be within 10 feet of this meter, okay, 20 hours a day and night. I don't need any more health complications. So can I get a guarantee, a written guarantee, that these meters are 100% safe?
Well, they're not communicating meters, so they're just calculating the consumption.
I still,
would calculate the time.
but I am not an electrical engineer. I don't know how these work. So I would like a guarantee that they are going to be safe for my health, being in close proximity all the time.
We don't have any document that we can send you about those non-communicating meters.
I will accept a letter hand signed by the head of Hydro Quebec. That would do well.
Can you hold on for a second, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I've looked into the system, and actually from the website of Hydro Quebec, and there is no letters that would be able to be sent to you. And I cannot make any requests so that the
So I can't have a guarantee of safety for my health with this smart meter. Or with,
Well,
excuse
you
me,
were having
excuse me,
non-communicating
with the
meters,
next
like-
generation meter, I can't have a guarantee of safety for my health.
Well, first of all, if you ask for Hydro Quebec, they say that the new generation meters that communicate are safe for everyone's health. And then if you ask for the non-communicating one, then it's for sure going to be good for your health. So there is no letter that has been made to customers to
Don't they
confirm them that
operate
there
this?
is no-
Don't they operate the same way as far as sound waves and all that stuff?
No, they don't. Because the other ones, why they have waves is because they communicate with the other meters to get the reading to Hydro Quebec.
Okay,
but the
so
non-communicating one, we need someone to go read the meter, so there's no wave at all.
okay, so if I opt for the non-communicating meter, I will pay the installation fee and pay the extra money to have somebody come and read my meter every 2 months, and that option will never be removed.
Exactly.
Never. I can always have this option of having a non-communicating meter.
Correct.
Okay, thank you very much. And can
Is
I
that what you want, or do I write down anything?
Yeah, I want a if I'm going to have because I don't want to go to jail because I'm standing on my porch saying, "No, you're not installing a meter," because I don't know they're not safe.
Okay,
So
I'm
if
going
you're
to write
telling
that
me they are two totally different meters and that I will never be forced to have a communicating meter, then I am satisfied and want a non-communicating meter.
down. Okay, so I'm going to write this down in your file that you asked for the non-communicating one.
Yes.
So that's okay for you?
Yep.
I will wish you a good day, and I'm going to do this in your file.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Well, if nothing else, this gives us time to plan on going completely off-grid, because just the fact that I have no choice in the changing of the meter means I have no choice. So I will swallow the non-communicating meter because they have assured me it is not the same meter as the so-called next generation smart meters. And when the time comes when we are fully capable of going off grid, that's exactly what we're going to do. This is the Mrs. Wolfe from our half-acre homestead saying, I hope I've clarified some issues for everyone else in Quebec. Take care. Bye-bye.